and then if I change something, that will automatically update in the sales order. That's what we want. This is the right set me login to SAP. Go to any okay. Let's take two field. Let's take maybe this customer group and we see the address. As of now, what is the customer group in my customer master? What is my customer group?
Because there is a lot of disturbance, like air disturbance from your background.
Okay. Remove the fan then. Now,
Yes, now it is clear.
turn on the other fan. Yeah. So what is my customer group in my customer master?
02.
02. Let's try to create one sales order and let's see what it takes in the sales order. Where I can see this customer group in sales order, header level or item level?
Header level.
Header level. Why? Because most of the header customer data goes and sits in the header. So how can I go to header? Where I have to click? How can I go to the header of this sales order?
Customer reference date before that.
This
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Correct. So let's go to header. Uh, what is the customer group it has taken?
02.
02.
02 only,
02.
right? This is what we have in the customer master. So fine, it's correct. Okay, let's go back. What we will do, we will save it. Okay, let me just see. We can just it requires. Doesn't require. Let me save this document now. Okay, this is create document warning. Let's ignore it. So my sales order is 5797. Okay, if I go to display mode, what is the T code to sales order display?
VA01.
VA
BA01.
01 is for creation, na?
03.
BA03.
03.
Uh,
Or you can directly create, I mean, directly go to this option also. When you create it, so that time itself you can go through it, or you can copy the sales order. Let's say you're on this easy access screen, you go to VA03, and then you paste your sales order, you go inside, okay? So customer group it has taken 0 to 5, okay? Now let's see what address it has taken. So I go to header and let's say this is the address it has taken, right? Now let's do one thing. Let's go to customer master now. Let's go to change mode, okay? Let us change this customer group to 01 and also let us change the address also, okay? Address will change in the general data basically. So let's say I'm changing the address, okay? So this I have added in the city, right? This is my postal code, this is my city. So city I have changed. Basically I have changed the address now, okay? Let's save it now. Changes has been saved. Let's go to display to confirm. Yeah, so I see it changed here. If I go to sales data, I say 01 here, right? Now let me go back to again my sales orders. So since we have changed the master data, it will not update automatically in this transaction. You have to open the fresh transaction, okay? But I'll open in VH03 only. I will not go to change mode or create mode, okay? I'll go to display mode only. Let me copy the sales order again. And let me go to VH03. Let's see the customer group now. What is the customer group now?
Sale 02.
Still 02 only, right? It has not changed. We have changed it to 01, but it's still in my sales order, it's 02 is there. Why? Because when we created the sales order, that time customer group was 02. Now let's see the address. You see, the address got updated automatically.
Hmm.
Okay. Whereas my other data, sales group, you took anything. In the sales order, I mean, customer, you can take anything. Let's say you can take currency, you take customer pricing procedure, okay. Whether you go to shipping tab, you change all these things. Anything you change, that will not update automatically. But only the address is the only thing which will get updated without updating the sales order, without going to change mode also, it will update. Clear?
Oh, yeah.
So this is one of the interview question actually, that which data from customer master automatically gets updated in the already created sales order. Okay, sales order is already created, and if we change something, which data will update? So only if the address is the only data which will update automatically. Rest all data will not update. Clear?
Okay.
Okay,
So
now,
remaining we should change it manually like currency and all.
sorry, Kusman?
Like remaining segment we should change it manually like
Yeah,
IMF
if
and
you have
all.
to change, let's say I've changed the customer group to 01, right? In my sales order. I mean, sorry, in my customer master, right? And if I have to update in my sales order, what I have to do? I have to go to change mode. See, this is in the display mode. You see, display sales order. So I have to go to change mode. I can go to header. Then I can change it. 01. That's fine. But what I have to do? I have to go to the change mode. Then only I can update. But address is the only thing which automatically gets updated without going to change mode at all.
Yes,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah, now tables actually. This is whatever data you save, right? Whether it's a customer, whether it's a sales order. Okay. SAP saves everything in some table basically. Everything. Have I given you the idea of tables? How the table look like? What are the key field or primary key in the table? Have you
No,
discussed this?
Deepak.
No. Okay.
No, no.
So, yeah. So as I told you, whatever you create, it will save in some table basically, right? SAP have some table. Let us open TNA1. So what this TNA1 will contain? All the general data. General data is, what is my general data here? If I go to my customer master, so this is my general data, right? The address, the name and all, right? These all are general data. Let's go to TNA1. Now you see there are two fields which are in blue color, right? You see, client and customer are in blue color, whereas all other fields are not in the
Black.
blue basically, right? Or you can say black. So whatever you see in the blue color, that is your primary key. If someone asks you what is the primary key in KNA1 table, you have to tell it's a customer. Client is anyway, it's common for all the table. Okay, for most of the table, the client will be there, and that is fixed so that you don't enter actually. Where also, if you see, I cannot enter client anything. I can only enter customer. I can enter this region and all of I can enter, but client I cannot enter. Even though it's a what you call this field is in blue. If someone asks you what is the primary, you can simply say customer. Or you say client and customer, that is also fine. Okay. But generally, as I said, client will be common for all the table basically. So we don't say it. We say it customer. Now, why I say customer or why SAP says KNA1 or in KNA1 table, customer is the primary. Primary key means that entry will have a separate entry. Let me go to one Excel actually basically. Uh, let's say we have five people, right? Or four people. Let's say Deepak is there, Yajuna is there, Kushwant is there, okay? Let's say Deepak is there, Okay. Now let's check phone number, right? So Yojana will have some 1 2 3 4 phone number. I will Kusmant will have some 5 6 7 8. Deepak will have some 9 8 7 6. So now if you see, and also this is, well, let's say this is our phone number, okay? And now let's say our weight, okay? Let's say anything, any data you get. Let's say weight. Let's say 60 kg, 70 kg, 75 kg. Okay. So this is an example of table basically. Okay. So this is your primary key, right? Primary means for which you want to see the data. Clear? If I type Yojana, then what system will see? System will tell me only data for Yojana, that Yojana's phone number and Yojana weight. But if I select Kuswan, if I pass primary key as Kuswan, then system will tell me only this value. Clear? So primary means for which entity or for which combination or for which what do you call, whatever that could be primary. Since it's a KNA1 table, the primary key is customer. If you go to sales order table, your primary key will be sales order, right? So if you put that sales order, the detail will be given only for that particular sales order. So that becomes a primary key. Here, sometimes primary key could be one, sometimes primary key could be two. I'll tell you where it will be two, but let's see first KNA1. Now, what is my customer number here? This is BP actually, and yeah, any doubt?
No, no.
Okay. Not a customer. See, it is not because this KNA1 is a customer data, and this is the BP number. What is our customer number? You have to go to sales and distribution. In the partner, you see the customer number. This is our customer number. This we have to pass. Okay, what is this BP and why it is different? I'll tell you maybe. I have told you briefly, but I'll explain later also. So this number we have to pass. Now, if I see here are a few options actually. Without executing, this is execution means we will see the data, but without going to the execution mode, you can simply type here, or you can click here, number of entries, and then you can see how many entries system has find. If I enter this customer number, how many general data will be there for this customer? General data for this particular customer. How many entries
Uh,
do you expect?
like 10, 15
How come 10,
address
15?
and
There are only for this our, I mean for our customer.
okay, okay. Only one, two.
Why two?
This name, sorry, weight and mobile number, contact number.
No, but all these are in the same table only. No, all this data belongs to general data, right? Whether you call it street, you call it name, all this coming under general data. So how many entries you will see in the KNA1? Let's say in our example, if I pass your name in this table, okay, let's say this is,
Mm-hmm.
or let me make it thoda slightly, let me make it better. Let's say this table is XYZ, okay, and let's add one more field here. Let me add this some pin code, okay. Now, if I pass your name in my XYZ table, this is my XYZ table actually. So how many entries I will find?
Three.
Four,
No,
four
three
with
is
name.
these three are filled actually, right?
Four.
In XYZ table, these are all filled or column you can say. Phone number, weight, pin code, that's column. But entries in XYZ table, how many entries we have for Yojana? Only one entry,
One entry.
right? This field
Okay.
could be multiple, maybe 100 field, that is fine. But entry will be only one. For
Yes.
Kusman, there is one entry. For Deepak, there is one entry, right? I cannot have multiple entry for Deepak, right? If I enter something like this, and if I put some other number here, then this is not the correct data, right? How can Deepak can have multiple pin code? How can Deepak can have multiple phone number? This is something wrong, right? This cannot happen in the real world. The name has to be different. Maybe it could be Deepak, KR, something else. But the same name cannot have same entry or multiple entry. That's why it's primary. It has to be unique. Now, if I make it Deepak Kumar, then it's fine. This is Deepak, this is Deepak Kumar. Then they can have different data. But if I make it same, it can never happen in SAP. If primary keys are same, there will be no two entry. There will be only one entry for one primary key. Okay, let me delete it. So this is how we call it table, and these all are fields basically, or column you can say. So if I say how many fields we have in the XYZ table, you will say there are three fields: phone number, weight, and pin code. Now if I pass Deepak name in the primary key, what I will get? I will get Deepak's phone number, Deepak's weight, Deepak's postal code, right? Now similarly, if I pass this customer number in KNA1 table, I will get only one entry, right? Because this unique customer, right? The customer will have a unique general data. Clear?
Yes.
So now let us see how many entries we have. See, only one entry it will show. So this is the way, without going inside, you can just see the data, how many entries it has found. Since we are working with the one simple table and simple data, it's you must be finding it's not that useful of why you are seeing this number of entry directly. You can execute and then you can see the data. That is also fine. But sometimes you will find some data based on some particular combination. So before executing, sometimes we consultant click on the number of entries so that we know whether system has found something or not. So now you see there is only one entry. In our case, there was three in three column or three fields. Here we have multiple fields. You see so many things. But whatever you see, that all a general data basically. See whatever we entered in the general language and all, it comes and sits here. Okay, you see there are so many fields. There are also one more way to see actually. If you double click anywhere, okay, you select any line, you double click here, it will open in a tabular form like this also. So this is your client. You see, this is client 100. We are because we are working with the client 100. You see, this is client. Okay. Now customer, this customer we have passed the primary key, and then rest are all data. You can find also. Let's say I'm trying to find. Let's say language key, okay, and there are so many entries I don't want to scroll it, so you can just press Control F and then you can type language. If you type small, I mean a little bit less also, that will find. You see, it takes you to the language key directly. Okay, and this is the technical name basically. Okay, whenever we have something, like in our case also, this is a description of that what do you call these fields actually. But in table SAP, it will have some technical name actually. Okay, some unique type of name it will have. Okay, so this you will not understand initial days, but later you will also understand. Okay, phone number means in SAP the field will be called KYT. If you are talking about weight, it will be called HTG. Okay. Similarly, here also, if you see, you go to yeah, you see the country. We call it country, but in SAP that field name is land one. Okay. We call it customer in general world, mean in general terms. But in SAP that field will be called punner. Where it will be used? When you give this technical people or the programmer to write a code based on some certain logic, then you need to give this technical name to them. Because see those people are technical people, right? Those people don't understand what is this postal code, this region. They will not understand. They will simply ask you, tell me the technical name. That's it. Whether I understood or not, they will simply write the logic. Let's say you ask them that you take this regio field, and wherever this SN is there, you take me the data. You get me the all the customer where this region is SN. So the developer will never see this description of this what you call field. They will only work with this one. SAP will work based on this technical name only. SAP understand this one. This SAP has given for our understanding. Okay, the programming will work based on this technical name only. Developer will write code based on this technical name. Okay, who will provide it? This we have to provide it. Now let's see one way I'll teach you. Now let's say let me remove this customer. Okay, and now let's say I want to see what is our region actually. It's D, right? Let us do one thing. Now see, let's assume a case. I want to see how many customers are there where the country is DE. Understand what my concern? I want to see in SAP in our SAP system how many customers are there which belong to country DE. So that you can find it with table very easily. Where is your region? No, poster, that is what do you call country, right?
Below customer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here you will type DE. Okay. Now if I click on number of entry, you see it tells me there are total 73 customers, right? Similarly, if in our case also, if I say tell me the what do you call the people who have the weight 70. So what I will pass, I in the XYZ table, in the field weight, I will pass 70. Then whose name I should get?
Kushwan.
Kusman. Let's say there is another guy. Okay. Let's say there is Mohan also. There is one more guy who is also 70, but he had a different this one. Now if I pass 70 in XYZ table weight field, how many entries I am expecting to get?
2.
Two, right? So similarly, SAP table works in the same way also. See, when I pass D, if I click execute, I will get all the customer who are having the country DE. You see, country is D for all these customers. And our customer will also appear there. Our customer number was, what our customer number? 670035, right? If you go here, if you scroll down, you see, this is our customer. Because our customer also belongs to the same country, D only, right? So this is how you find the data. And this is how these tables becomes useful for us as a consultant. I don't have to go to each customer XD03 or BP, and then I can say no. I will not do that. It will take 100, I mean, it will take unnecessary, I mean, infinite time to see all this data. So we directly go to table. Now I can easily find. Clear how this table and all works in SAP? What is primary key? Clear?
Um,
This table, see, the more you play with the table, the more confident you will become. And as I said, most of the technical things or development, you need to have the control over table, how this table works, how can I find the data. Okay, now let's take another table, table. Yeah, so this KNA1 table was for customer general data, correct? Now let's go to K1B1. So K1B1 will contain company code data. Okay, let me go to K1B1. These few tables you need to remember. Now you see how many primary keys are there in KNB1?
Three keys.
Three, but client if you ignore, then only two, right?
Yeah.
Why two? Because each customer can be extended to multiple sales area, right? Sorry, multiple company code,
Yes.
right? So this is why you see these two as the primary key. Let's put our customer code here. Let's not do anything. Let's put our customer code. So this is our customer code, right? Now before I execute, let me go to this is my so what do you call finance role, right? Or company code
Yes.
role. If I go here
Company.
and if I see, if I go to company code view, this will tell you how many you see there are maintainable company codes. So when you click here, you can see how many company code this customer is extended, right? How many company code this customer is extended?
3.
Three. So if I execute or if I click on number of entries, how many entries I'm expecting?
So company code it's 3.
1.
Why one? I have not given company code. I have simply given the customer. Company code I have not mentioned.
So only 1.
No. Okay, let us go to this our table again. Uh,
Customer number is unique. Right?
yeah. Now let's say this is my name. I'll make it bold basically. Let's say this is my primary key. Okay, I'm making it bold. Or let me just increase the size also a little bit. Okay. This is also part of your table. This field, whatever you see here, class and this name and class type, this is your part of table only, but these are primary key. Okay. Now let's say class time, let's say we have 9 a.m. class, right? We all belong to 9 a.m. Now let's assume there is another Kusman. Kusmans can also join 10 a.m. class also, right? Let's assume Pushpant is attending 10 a.m. class also. Now, how many entries I have for Pushpant in my table?
Two.
Two.
Two entries.
Two, right? Names are same, but how it is allowing me to? Because the class times are different for Pushpant. This is 9, this is 10. Here, so there are two primary keys now. So system will check the combination. If system takes this combination, Pushpant plus 9. Now, if I system checks here, Pushpant plus 10. So these are different, right? These two entries are different now. Because if you combine with the primary keys, you combine all the primary keys, these entries are unique. Clear? Understood?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not entering class time. I'm just entering Pushpant's name in my XYZ table in the name field. How many entries I will get? If I only type
One.
Pushpant, I'm not entering class time. Class time means it's blank. You give me any class name, that is fine. I only want to see Pushpant's name. How many entries I will see in my table?
Two
Two.
entries.
So this is why you should expect three entries there, right? Because company code you have not mentioned. And in the customer code, there are three company codes. If you pass it blank, you should get three entries. If you execute it, you will see it. You see, if I execute it, three entries we see. Now let's pass D. Let's say that DPK. Let's start here. Okay, as a company, that DPK. Now if I click on number of entries, how many entries I will get?
One.
Only one. You see, one entry. Clear? Every combination, if you take the unique combination for this primary key, there will be only one entry. If you remove this, then maybe multiple entry you can find because this customer can have multiple company codes. Similarly, if you let's delete this one or let's pass DPK in the second way. Then also same. DPK could have multiple this customer this company code DPK could be belonging to multiple customer, right? In our case, there is only one customer we have extended, but let's assume there are some other customer who are extended to this the DPK. Let me put 1010 actually, then you will find some more data. You see, there are 53 customers. Why? Because we have not given the we have not given the full primary key. So it will give all the if I execute it, you see, there are different customers that has been extended to the company code 1010. So you get all the entries. But if you are in our case, 1010 is not the extended in our case. 1010 is there. So let's see 1010 I've executed. So I should also get my customer code also, right? In this one. Let's execute it again. Do you see our customer? Clear? Also, one more thing you can do. Let's say there are so many entries. Okay, let's say there are so many entries in this table, and you want to filter out this customer separately. Okay, you know that customer is there, but you don't want to install like this because there could be a thousand of entries, 10,000 of entries, right? So how you can do? You can select this line. You can put this filter. You see, you select this column. You press on this filter. System asks you the customer number. Let me pass our customer number here. And if I click OK, system will hide all the other entries. It will only show me entry for my customer. And see, this icon comes here. That means there is a filter applied on this column. Similarly, how this Excel works basically. The tables in SAP are similar to how it works in what do you call in Microsoft Excel. Okay, clear? Now let us take another example. KNVB. KNVB is for sales area data. Okay, if I go there in the document, so KNVB is for sales area data. Okay. Now you see sales area is a combination of sales of distribution channel division. So now my primary keys are four: customer, then sales of, then distribution channel, then division. Because there could be multiple combination, right? Now if I go to sales area in our customer, if I click here, how many sales area we have extended our customer?
4.
4. So let us try to pass our customer code. Let's see how many entries it gives us. See, exactly 4. Yeah. You can put filter. You can put filter anywhere. Okay. Let's say you want to put filter based on payment term. You can select this column, put filter. You make it 001. So system will hide the other two entries. It will only show the entry which has the payment term 001. If you want to remove the filter, same way you have to do. You select this line. You click here and delete it. System remove that filter. Here you can drag it like this also. Okay. Sometimes let's say I want to see for analysis purpose. I want to work with the currency. So you can drag it. Any field you can drag anywhere. Okay. Select it like this and you can drag down whichever field you want to work with. You can drag it. Yes. Also, you can export this table. Let's say that there is some Excel. I mean, this table came, and you want to take this data to some Excel. This also is possible. You see this icon, export icon basically. If you click here, let's say there are multiple ways to send, but these two generally works: spreadsheet and local file. You click on local file, text switch tab. There are so as many options, but how we convert to Excel, I'll tell you. We go to text switch tab, click OK. It will save somewhere here. Let us put our sample Excel dot. We have to give the what do you call the extension also. Okay, press enter. So it has downloaded USA document SAP GY. Okay, let us see document SAP GY. You see the file got downloaded. So now I can play around with the Excel. See, all this data came here. Whatever we were seeing in that SAP. Because in SAP you cannot what do you call it? Here you see this, it came into Excel. Now you can do anything. Because Excel you are comfortable also. Excel you can delete it also, right? Let's say I want to delete this column and all. I don't want to send this data. You can just delete it. Now it's your own data. It will not impact the SAP data, whatever is there lying in the SAP, right? So this is how you create some report also. Clear? Any doubt in this one?
So without execution, before, uh, without clicking on execution button, we can only see the number of entries, right?
Yeah, directly you can click on execute all. That's fine. You don't have to click on number of entries. Why I told you? Because I told you there could be multiple entries. Let's say I don't enter this one. Now, how many entries do you expect here? If I don't pass anything, in our case, let's go to our case actually. In our example, if I don't pass any primary key, and if I click on execute button to see how many entry or number of entries I want to see XYZ table, how many entries it will tell me. The system will tell me how many entries does this table XYZ have. Total entries.
3.
How come 3 by 5? No,
Oh yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, 5.
If I
Yeah.
don't pass any primary key, it will give everything. Okay. Now let's go
Okay.
to SAP and let's see. You see 198. Okay, let us go to sales order table, then you will see some more data. Okay, sales order table is VBAK. You see there are 7,000 entries. Sometimes there will be lakhs of entries, 5 lakh, 10 lakh. Okay, and if we click on execute, it will take some time to get the data. You see, it is taking some time to get the data. There is a limit of 5,000 here, so you can remove this. You see, system is slowing down if you take too much data. So that's why you always click on number of entries and then you see. You remove the filter and then you refresh it. It will tell you all the 7,645 entries. You see? Yes?
So execution button is to see the data
Exactly.
and number
Execution
of
is to see the
button is
exact data.
to,
If you click on number of entries,
number of entries button is used to just see how many
how
data, how
many
many
entries we
entries
have,
are
right? How many entries that table contains.
there.
Okay? Now let's say in this case only, uh, I want to see how many sales order were created on, let's say in the month of April. Okay, I will give some range here basically. Let's see, 1st of April to, let's say today's date, 24th of April. Now if I click on execute button, what I'm expecting? I'm expecting to see all the sales order which was created between 1st of April to 24th of April. Correct? I can directly click on execute also, but before clicking, I can just see how many entries system has it. So total 66 entries had found. If I put 24, how many entries it will show?
1 and 10.
One is ours, right? There could be multiple, there could be some other person who has created. Then in that case, there could be multiple entries. But at least one I'm expecting, right? Because one we have created anyway. So one should be there. There could be multiple. Let's say you also created some order. That will also come here only, no? Now let's put one. If I click execute, it will give me all the sales order which was created under 1 to 24th of April. You see all the 66 entries. You can set it in the ascending descending also, right? As I said, there are few options which will be useful. This is one export icon. When you export this data to Excel, and then you can do some your performance addition, subtraction, or summation, every whatever you want to do. That also you can do in Excel. Here also you can do all those things. But in Excel, it's much easier to do all those what do you call calculation part, right? Here also you see this summation part is there. That will do the summation. Let's say
So before exporting the data to the normal computer, we can delete the columns, Deepak, columns and rows
uh, yeah,
to hide
that
the
is
data.
possible. That is possible. Not delete. You cannot delete it because the
Yeah,
data
to
is there in
hide.
the table. But yeah, you can hide it. I'll tell you that also. Let me see. Okay, let me show you that one also. You see, there is a checkbox here, right? Output. When I click on execute, it gives me all the fields. Let us do one thing. Let's say, uh, okay, let's say created by. Okay, let's say someone asks you that, Kushal, tell me from the system how many sales order was created between 1st of April to 24th of April. You executed this, but at the same time, let's say you don't want to give this data that who created that sales order. This column you want to delete. So either you can export the whole data into Excel and then you delete with the Excel. That is also one way. Now another way is, let's say I'm only interested in knowing the sales order, creation date and created by. I don't want all this unnecessary data. So you can delete it. I mean, you cannot, not delete. Basically, you will deselect it. Okay. You see, there is some icon here. Select all, deselect all. If I deselect all, if I select only these four fields. Now, if I click on execute, system will go to VBAK table, but it will only show these four fields. You see, it will be helpful when you are dealing with huge data basically. And I'm not bothered about the other data, whatever is in the VBAK. I'm only concerned on when it was created, by whom it was created. So you can only select that data and then it will come faster actually. Data will come faster. Okay. And as I said, as I told you, let's say you want to give the data, but you want to hide like created by, you deselect it. Now if I click execute, you see that created by table itself, that column itself gone. Then you can export this also. Okay. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Or you can, as I said, you can download into Excel and then you can read it out. That is also fine. Now, one more thing. As I told you, the search option is also there. This filter is there. Okay, the summation. Let's say the company wants to know from 1st April to 24th April how much sale we have done. So here itself you can do. See, you can download this data into Excel and then you can sum this whole column, right? That is one way. Here itself you can do. You select this column, you click on the sum button. You see, it gives you the value. Why it is giving value in four currency? Because there are multiple sales order. Few orders were created in euro, few orders were created in INR, few orders were created in USD. So system gives all the summation. In euro, if you want to see, it's 5,593. If in INR, it's like 84 like somewhere, something, right? So this what you call basic summation and average, not average I would say, basic summation you can do. This is the sign of summation basically. Okay. And one more thing you can do here. Let me remove this summation field. I mean summation functionality. Now let's see. You can what do you call? You can arrange this data into ascending or descending way also. Okay. Let's say I want to see which was created latest. If I click on descending, it says 30. Okay, let's go up actually. We are in the downside. Yeah. Now you see when I say click on descending, it has arranged the data from 24, 23, 22, 21. You see, it has arranged the data in the this way actually. You can do the reverse way also. Let's say if you want to see the oldest one first, then you click on this icon. Then at the top you will see the oldest sales order, 1st of April, then 2nd of April, one order, 3rd of April, there were three orders, 4th of April, there were three orders. Okay. So this is how you filter actually. You play around with the data actually. Here, what is primary key? The combinations, how you can see the number of entry, how you execute it, all clear. You select the fields, this field's name, which field you want to see, which you don't want to see, clear. You have now idea what is SAP table. Anything you save in SAP, be it customer master, be it material master, okay, be it sales order, be it delivery, be it invoice, it always go and sit in some table. The few table you should remember as a consultant. If someone asks you, tell me in interview, these people will ask you like this, okay? Tell me the table of customer master. So then you know tell these many tables. If the interviewer asks you specifically that what is the general data table for customer, then you need to tell KNA1. Company code table KNV1. Sales area KNVB. Partner KNVP. Okay. At least four table you should remember. At least these four you can say. These four you can at least you should tell. There are six. There are some other tables also because they maintain some what do you call the text data and there's so many data we maintain. So that all goes and sits in different table. But these few are important ones. Clear? And how you go to table? Earlier it was SE16. Uh, what is the difference between SE16 and SE16N? What does it? What does this mean? N means
Yeah.
New. New.
yeah. Generally it's new, but SAP says it's enjoy. Okay. So there are a few T codes where you will see the N option also. Okay. Let us go to SE16 first. See, it will also give the same thing actually. If I execute like this without executing anything, the same data I will get. But you see the look and feel are slightly different. Here also you have all those options to select that field for selection and all. You see which field you want to see here. Well, let's say I select this many things. Then in the input screen only I will get all those options to put a filter. You see now I get all these things where I can filter it. Same thing you can do with without anti-code also, anti-code also. There is not always the anti-code for, let's say for VP, there is not such thing. For invoice, it's a VF01. But for delivery, it's VL01 also available, older T-code, and VL01N also. For sales order also, there is no anti-code. It's only VA01, that's it. There is no VA01N. But wherever you find N T-code available, you always use the N table. Okay, because that is something more useful and more user friendly it will be to use actually. Sometimes you get it the older version comfortable, but it's always recommended to use the latest one. Okay, the same thing you can do. You go SE16, you go SE16, and same
So
thing
we
you can
have
see.
VA01 and Deepak.
No, VA01 we
Only
don't
for
have.
the few T codes we have.
Sorry, Kusan?
Like only for the few T codes we have
Yeah, only
only.
for few T codes. Yeah, not for all.
Okay.
But wherever you have it, you use that only. Okay. So
So
SE16,
here, technical name is in our example weight and phone number, right?
right?
Technical
No,
name.
this is your description. In our case, this phone weight are description actually. which general people will understand. But this is your technical name.
XYZ technically.
Yeah, this is your
Okay.
technical name, which technical people will understand, which SAP will understand. SAP works on this name only, the technical name. Okay. A technical name will generally will not have spaces. You see, here you have spaces. But if you have worked in any of the programming language, you must have seen spaces doesn't work in when you do the programming. So you see, wherever you see the technical, there will be no spaces. Even if the space is required, they put some underscore. But in the description, you can find the spaces also. Okay. If you have done any programming, let's see C++, Visual Basic, anything, then you will understand why we don't put spaces in the programming. Okay. Clear what is table and how can see the data and all?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it's the older version, so it says SE16 or SE16. And there are some other T codes also. There is SE11 also, I think that will also give you. Let me go to SE11. You see, this also gives you the same. But basically, why we go to SE11 actually, when you prepare a report, that time it's useful. Now you see, if I go to SE11, it gives me the length of this also, right? What kind of data it is. Like if in our case, we have taken everything as the numbers only. Let's say there is one more column I add here, and let's say I give some brother name or something, right? Anything. Then it will be some alphanumeric numbers, right? Alpha, no, sorry, not alphanumeric, character thing, right? And let's say technical name is KOP. Now, what is my data type for KOP? It's a character. But what is my data type for these all three? Numeric. Clear? Understood this one? Here also you can see. In SAP, we have so many data. This is actually when generally you don't use it, but when you are working with any report or with any of the development team, then this is something you people will discuss. Okay. What is the data type, whether it's a data date, whether it's a character, okay, whether it's a number, okay, or how many lengths it has to be there, 12, 8, 1, all those things. Okay. So this will help you to prepare a report. When you prepare a report, then you go to this level, that extract sales order number. Then the development team, since this is very simple example, so sometimes there could be some other field, then the technical team may ask you, what is this VBELN? It is a number or ABCD alphabet. Then you will say it's a character. Character will take anything, right? Character means it's not alphanumeric alphabet. Character means anything. Number, alphabet also, right? Anything it will take in the character. But when you say date, you see it's something date. So date format will be slightly different, like 04/24/2026. The formats are different. Also, let's say currency. Currency will have its own format. Currency is another data type. The length is 5. Up to 5 basically, not 5, up to 5. Here also you see the sales order number up to 10. In our case, what is our sales order number? It was only 4 digit or 5 digit, right? 4 digit, I think. So sometimes what will happen, as I told you, the technical team may ask you what is the data type and what is the length. So then you need to tell this is character and the length will be 10. Now see, if I'm using 10 character, my sales order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And for some reason, if the technical team, when they do the coding and all, if they take only 8 digit for this field, then something is wrong, right? Then the report may will give some different value, some wrong value it will give, right? So either they have to take 10 or more than 10. Clear? But generally they don't take more than 10 because the memory, see why if it's a 10 character number only, why to give 12 character field or 12 character table name? It will unnecessarily waste that memory actually. So that time this is useful. Sometimes this happens actually because when you create some report and then let's say Let us take this one. I'll tell you. Let me go to KNA1 basically. KNA1. Now let's say this is 35 character, right? Sometimes this happens like now this one I will take. Okay, let's take this one. That's fine. Street and house number. That could be up to 35 character. But if in the reporting, if the developer takes how this developer will do actually tell you. Developer will fetch the data. Fetch means it will read the data from this table and they will store in some temporary table and from there they will present it. So when they prepare that report, they will also prepare some data like this only. Let me go to one case. So this is let's say SAP data, right? SAP field. So what they do generally, they also create some characters of some fields similar to this one. Okay. Let's say they will create like this. Let's say they created similar name, they will add something maybe at the end or at the starting, they will have something. Okay, they can use the same name also, that's fine. But the table name will not be same. The table name they will give something else. Okay, let's say GXYZ. This is something technical, but I just want you people to understand this one. Now think of a scenario where my brother name is up to 10 character. Here I've given let's say 8 character, right? But for any reason, these people have given this character for this KOP as a 8. Then when the system will read the data, not 8, let me put it 6. Then what it will do? It will either remove the first two or either it will remove the last two, right? Because this container contains only 6 characters. Clear? Sometimes in reporting this happens actually. When you run the report, you will say, oh, it is not giving me whole value. It is truncating some first digit or last digit. So then you need to see what is the length of your field and then accordingly the developer has to update their coding. Okay, this all the good developer can directly go and see. They will not bother you for this one. But if they don't know, that time you have to come and then you have to tell him they like this only that this is the data type and this is the length. Here and here also you see the primary keys are here. It is mentioned initial value means primary key only like client and punner. Punner means customer. Here, but generally we use SE16N for see to viewing the data. SE16 is the for to see the data. Clear? Any question? Okay, let's move. This common division you can ignore, that's fine, or you can just have a basic idea what is this common division. Let's say I'm my customer or any material that is common division is not that much useful actually. Basically, common division and common distribution. There are two terms actually. Okay, and why we use this common distribution? Let's say there is a one material. Okay, that is distributed via multiple ways. It could be distributed via dealer. It could be distributed via wholesale, right? So then in SAP you have to maintain each data for each distribution channel. But if you maintain something as a common distribution channel, so it will help you to maintain the data. You can only maintain one master data for that because distribution it is happening with the multiple way. That's fine. But the most of the data are common. So then you use this common distribution and common division. It will help you to maintain the data. Let's say this material was maintained under 10 distribution channel. You don't have to maintain each data individually. If you maintain some common division and if you maintain the data in that common division, it will work for all the other division also. Okay. If someone asks you what is common division, common distribution, so it will help us to it will help our it will reduce our effort. We don't have to maintain for each combination or each distribution. We can only maintain the data for common distribution channel and it will work for all the other distribution channel also. Okay. Uh, These all are something for customer master actually, confusion part. I don't want to confuse you guys with this one, but something you should also know. Let us go to our customer actually. Yeah, this is account group for this customer actually. Okay. If someone asks you what is your customer account group, you need to say CUST. It could have anything. Okay, 001, 003, there are multiple entries actually. You see, stand as it 001 for full 2, 04 for bill 2, there is multiple entries. What is this account group does actually? This account group controls the fields. Let's say some customer is a one-time customer. Okay, one-time customer means you must have seen in some what do you call medicine shop or somewhere. You go and buy and then you left, right? Then there is no chance that okay again you will come, right? Or let's say you go to buy some supermarket, you buy something and then you leave. So then you are working as a one-time customer to them. They don't know whether you will come back or not. Clear? So then you become one-time customer. Now, but let's say there is one customer who's always coming and buying in bulk. Every month he is coming and he is buying some 10,000 worth of good. Then that customer is a regular customer. You are a one-time customer. Now, see things from that perspective when you are sitting at the counter. For you, they don't want to maintain the data in SAP because they know you are not going to come. Maybe you will come. It's not that you are not going to come. Maybe you will come. You may not come also. But the other customer who is always coming every month, their data is important to them, right? Because they are coming every month. So that customer is a regular customer. You become the one-time customer. Now think of something when they create a customer master. Let's say for any reason they have to create it. So for the regular customer, they will maintain everything. What is the address, what is the phone number, everything. But since you are a one-time customer, they will only maintain some very limited data. Okay, what was your name? What is your phone number? That's enough. They don't want your address, right? Because they know you are a one-time customer, you may come, you may not come. But on the other hand, the other customer who is a regular customer, they will save every data. Tell me the address, tell me the phone number, tell me the email address also. We will send you the invoice in the over mail, all those things, right? So how system understand which customer is one-time customer, which customer is regular customer, which all data is important for that customer. So that all controls we have in the account group. Like if you go here anywhere, if you this is the account group CUST, right? Let's go to sales and distribution. You see all this field, right? These all fields, whether this field has to appear in the customer master or not, whether these are mandatory or not, whether these are optional or not, these all things are controlled via with customer group. So basically, the customer group will control the field of the customer master. Which field is mandatory, which field is optional, which field you want to show. You can hide that field also. As I said, this field may be hidden also for some customers. Like I said, let's say shipping, okay? As I told you, let's say you are one-time customer. Then they don't want to maintain all this data for you, right? So what they will do, in your customer account group, there will be another customer account group for one-time customer. They will hide all this data. If you open BP for them, this will be blank. These all fields, this will not appear itself. So the end user will never get a chance to enter. Let's say the end user not that trained and they have started entering everything for everyone. So what we do, we generally simply hide it. If we hide it, how can they enter? If it is not even appearing here, how will you enter this delivery plan, shipping condition, POD thing and all? If I hide it, you cannot enter. So you control the fields of customer master with the customer account group basically. Clear? This is a general idea. If someone asks you what is the use of this customer account group, so that controls your fields. Also, it will control the number also. When you create a customer, basically, you see some numbers also, right? This number or let's say this number, right? How this is coming? Somewhere we have told system to take these numbers, right? If I create a new customer, it will give some number. From where that number is coming? That is also controlled via this customer account group only. Which number range it has to take. Okay. So at least these two things you should tell. It will help us the number ranges and also It will control the fields in the customer master, which field to appear, which is mandatory, which is not mandatory. All this control we do via customer account group. Clear? You see, it will differentiate the number and it will control the fields, mandatory, optional, suppressed, everything you can do with the customer account group only. Oh, sorry, let's stop. It's 10:03 already.